You ever have those moments when you're in a store and you are bombarded by people working there, constantly asking you if you need help with anything, and you have to say over and over, no, I'm fine, and thank you? Then eventually, when you do need help or have questions, then there's no one around. Yeah, that's what this feeling is. Welcome to another video game review. My name is Tony, and today we are stretching the meaning of video game because today's game is more of a artistic experience. Today, we are going to be looking at Fugue in Void. This game isn't so much a game as it is a walkthrough experience where you walk through this series of buildings and rooms. There are no enemies, no pickups, no on-screen HUD, and nothing in any language that we have here. This game is 100% walk around these maps and make your way from room to room, falling down pits, stepping on a switch, or looking at something interesting. It's almost impossible to put into words what goes on in this game, like what the meaning of it is, but I'm gonna try. So from the start, there's a subway car that you hear driving by, and the title of the game fades up and fades away. Okay, so no start menu, that's fine. We're jumping right into it. Lots of games do this. Lots of games do this on the first run through. The game starts with this weird light thing coming towards the screen, and you'd be forgiven if you thought that this thing slowly approaching the screen was something that you're meant to approach with some sense of control. Well, no, it's just moving so incredibly slow that you just have to wait for it. Okay? Fine. There are a lot of abstract things that come up, and all of them cannot be manipulated at all or move at all with in the slightest. So you're stuck for the first 6 to 8 minutes of this game just watching weird things sort of happen. Move down a tube that looks like warp space. Actually move through warp space. Then a weird cascading squares from a single point that you then sort of fly into? Okay, it's weird. I've moved past the idea of this game making any sense. So one thing rolls into the next, and suddenly you're shown this large body of water with rolling waves and something underneath the surface. That thing all of a sudden rushes to the surface, and it's a long, never-ending bridge. Cool. It's got a great black and white theme to it. Neato. Then, finally, the camera shows a first-person look down the length of this bridge into the nothing black of the sea all around the camera. Wait, first person? Yes. Now it's finally time for you to control something in this game. Fun. So it's not a white bridge, it's a concrete bridge that when you look at, the bloom effect falls away and you're able to see the poured stone. It's just an effect that the game is adding to give a weird eye effect. Sort of like if you're in a dark room, you can see everything, but if you stare at a bright light, then everything around the light darkens a bit. So you slowly walk down the length of the bridge from a dead end towards nothing. But eventually you start to see a long building in the distance appear from the darkness. Am I dead? I'm dead, aren't I? Lots of falling imagery, and then a rough sea with a bridge in all white? Yeah, I'm gonna put my money down that I'm dead. It's slowly becoming if the directors of What Dreams May Come were inspired by Dune and wanted to make a walking simulator with a horror Void soundtrack. Anyway, so you walk towards this purgatory castle, and there's nothing to see, just a lot of concrete floors, walls, and ceilings. Up and around the corner, you're able to find a hole with large black pipes moving down. Alright? I guess up your nose with a rubber hose. You jump down and it takes you to another room. That's nothing but gray concrete rooms and some black pipes as well. This is sort of the crux of the whole game. There's a lot of interesting construction and areas to look at, but there's nothing really to do in the game. Just a lot of rooms with a switch. Nothing hidden. It's not like you have to discover anything weird or unlock secret endings. I mean, maybe there is one, but with no save feature, there's no way I'm going to walk all the way through the game just to get back to the temple that's all filled with sand and try all the different buttons that pop up just before the big door. So maybe there is something different here. The whole game feels like one of those things where someone who was good at making Void soundtracks wanted to make a game, and they did. This music is spooky adjacent. Like, there could be something spooky happening tomorrow, but not today. It's the lack of anything scary showing up right now that makes you feel like maybe the spooky stuff will come later. So things aren't spooky right now. I mean, you can hang out here and chill here, but the spooky delivery says it's in transit and won't be delivered until end of day tomorrow. Lots of what might be whispers around the corner, but nothing that actually sounds like voices either. There's also sounds of things moving through pipes, but nothing actually moves. Dark corners are more made to make a feeling of unease or show off interesting ideas rather than actually hide anything. The game does a lot of interesting things with this lighting stuff. There's one room that you'll come across where two bright lights are going back and forth, alternating between them being either on or off. In this room, there are a ton of empty cubes that don't bounce light off anything. They're just only illuminated by one side by one activated light at a time, giving this weird effect of them being invisible when the other light is on. Very interesting idea. So the game goes on for about 45 to 50 minutes, depending on if you're like me and you want to look at every nook and crevice, showing off some interesting ideas and concepts. I liked the freeway in the sand with the altar under the sun. That was a fun level. Cool visuals. But sadly, there's nothing in this game that tells you what is true about what you're seeing. So there are things to see and experience, but the meaning of what they all are is ultimately up to you. That is, until it gets to the end of the game, then it says something and it's like an understanding of what it all meant, but it's also unfulfilling cap to what the game was all about and what you, the character, were doing this whole time. But who am I to say? What one person might think about this game may be different from others. I thought it was a purgatory thing, but turns out I was wrong and it actually was something else. Maybe it's something I missed and something deeper actually was happening. Maybe it was something to do with those bricks in the room at the end. I like how the end ties things together, sort of, but there's nothing to say about the meaning of it either. So that's about all I can say about this particular game. It's a good walking experience. If you are looking to play this, then you're in luck. It's currently set for name your own price right now on itch, so you can just click the link in the description and go experience it yourself. Despite not being able to say much in the way of critically examining the game, it's still an interesting experience of light and darkness and how we navigate through it. I say go check it out. If you did play this game, did you jump down any of the holes in the 9-hole room with the spinning purple ring thing? I walked all around the room and eventually the game faded out and then put me in another room. If you didn't play this game, are there any other walking simulator games like this in the Racial Justice bundle? Games that are quiet and empty and anything that is meant more as meditation than to actually be played? Let me know in the comments. In the meantime, did you know that concrete cannot exist outside of an atmosphere? From what I've been told, if there's no air or atmosphere around the Earth, all the concrete buildings would turn to dust. Crazy. You all do the YouTube dance. Like, sub, bell, comment. Tell someone you know about these videos. And as always, friends, keep digging and we'll make it out sometime. See you in the next one.